This is my walkthrough video where I'm going to try and point out anything and everything I can find that's wrong with this property. Things that you're going to have to fix, spend money on. I'm going to try to point out everything that I can see. Now there's no inspection, so I don't know anything behind the walls or anything like that. We're just going to point out the obvious. So if you're not in the area and you can't get by this house, at least you're going to have a good idea what it looks like, what it needs from the video. So let's get started. Okay, so we're out front. Here's the outside exterior. This is a concrete block house, but it has a stucco finish over it. Now the garage is an add-on. It's not concrete block, it's frame, and it has a stucco finish on it. But the main house is concrete block, which you'll see in just a minute. But I want to show you the neighborhood. They always say location's one of the most important things in real estate. This location right here is great. I mean, you can check the box for location. We're 2 blocks from Water, Bayou Tahar. This is East Hill, one of the most popular subdivisions in all of Pensacola. So the locations just jam up. But the deal is the house is going to need a good amount of repairs. Okay, let me start off by showing you the right side over here where the garage is. Now, you can see the garage is kind of messed up, and you got to put that on the repair list. It's going to have a new garage door. That one's not going to be repairable. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be repairable. It's been up pretty good. Now they've got a pretty good bit of bamboo. Bamboo's pretty invasive. Not a big fan of it, but it does make good privacy fence. Okay, so there's going to be some exterior stucco repairs. You can see on this wall right here. There's some more on this edge right here. I mean, this garage is probably not that big of a deal, but it's just something that's going to have to be repaired. Now you can see the roof has some old tarp remnants on it. You can see the roof had some old tarps on it. So the first big major item is going to be the roof. It's going to have a new roof. There's just no questions about it. It's got issues, and you're not going to get homeowner's insurance due to the age of the house and due to the condition of the roof. As you can see here, the concrete block. Got some chipping paint on that window right there. Not a big deal. You've got a broken window down here. One good thing, the HVAC system looks fairly new, which would be a good bonus. Okay, I'm going to come back to the little room. If you've seen my first video, you know that we have this little tiny efficiency down here downstairs. I'll show you that in just a minute. So this is the back of the house. You can see it's going to need a really good pressure washing. Probably need new paint at one point, but it's just got a lot of mildew, dirty. But there's another little room right here that it's got water and power to it. It's also got a busted window, but you can see they did some kind of addition because you've got stairs going up to the house. That door's got to be replaced. It's a flat backyard, totally fenced. So you can see that this outside is going to have to be pressure washed. It's all mildew and dirty. Both decks have some wood rot, so that's going to have to be another thing on the repair list. I'll show you the other one when we get inside the house, but let me walk up here and show you this one real quick because it does have some wood rot spots in it. So here's one right here. You're gonna see some wood rot around these door jambs. I mean, that's typical, but this one has some. But this deck you might have to replace the whole thing. I mean, it looks pretty old. You got a bad spot right there, you can see. There's a lot of fungus and mildew on top of it. Now, another thing you notice in the very front of the house, I didn't mention it, but there's some old original windows, but you can see some of the house has already had newer windows replaced. I'll show you that one more time when I get up front. You can see this part of the roof. You can see it's tarped. I haven't been up there, so I can't tell what's going on with the chimney, but it looks like there might be something going on with the chimney. It's not a very big roof, and it's gable, so it shouldn't be all that expensive to replace it. Unfortunately, you can't see the water from here, but it's only 2 blocks away. All right, let's go back, check out the efficiency. So this is a nice little concrete area underneath the deck. I don't have a flashlight or anything, so I'm not gonna walk back up in here, but there's just another access to underneath the house. It is nice because the house is off grade. It's kind of built into a slope, so you do have a good bit of room down here. But you can see how bad this needs pressure washing. There's another broken window. So let's check out the efficiency. So a couple of quick things about this. You're not gonna be able to see much, but there's a lot of room. So these ceilings are about maybe 6'1", 6'2" feet tall. So none of this counts as actual living square footage. You're not gonna find this on the public records either. This bath doesn't even show up on the public records. So this is being called a 3-2, but there is another bathroom down here. And unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna show up on my camera. Maybe I'll throw a picture if I remember in it, but there's a stand-up shower. Now the ceiling here in this bathroom is about 6'1" because my hair touches the ceiling. So just remember, this is not a tall ceiling, but I mean, you could always do something with the space and make it just something extra and fun for sure. And your mechanicals are down here too. You've got a gas hot water heater, and you've got your gas furnace and AC units right here. So this house does have gas. Okay, we're back out front. Here are the 4 windows I was telling you about. These are the original. I think 2 of them are bathroom, 2 of them are bedroom, but those are old and ancient. They're gonna have to be replaced. And this is your outside little front porch. Nice little area. You actually have a door going into the garage. You've got some chipping paint. Doesn't really look like any wood rot really, but this is something that you would probably want to have redone. The door looks actually in pretty decent shape. Got this nice built-in flower bed. I mean, this house has a lot of potential, but let's check out the inside, because the inside's gonna need some imagination, in my opinion. Okay, this is walking in the front door. This is your entrance. You walk straight into the kitchen, you take a left, you go to the bedrooms, you take a right, you go into the living room with your wood-burning fireplace. Okay, you can see some water stains on the ceiling. You can see some water stains here on the entranceway. So like I said earlier, the roof is shot. It's gonna have to be replaced. There's just no questions about it. It's gonna affect your insurance. Okay. So actually, most of the house is hardwood floors, which look to be in pretty good shape. And this is something you rarely see in Florida, or not in Florida, but at least here in my area, is AC ducts coming out of the floor. You might see it on the upstairs unit or a second story, but most of these single family homes, one story, they're all built on slabs and you hardly ever see the duct coming up to the floors. That's just like the house I grew up with. Okay, so here's your living room. You can see they painted the brick fireplace. Let me go ahead and show you. This is a, I don't know what you would call it, bonus room. I think they might have counted this as a bedroom at one time, but it does have newer windows. I don't see any signs of water stains on this ceiling, but it's got tile floors. They're just filthy dirty. Some wood paneling. There's your laundry room area right here. Here's your 2-car garage. I'll throw some pictures in here because I can't really get too much because the light's bad in here, but 2-car garage. Another place, they had a washer and dryer right there also. Okay, so let's take a look. This is your dining room area. And like I said, this floor is actually pretty good shape. I mean, I don't really see any damage to it. They could be refinished, but I don't see any damage. So you've got some water damage here on this wall, and you've got some here on the ceiling. So this is, you can see this is all like wet, so it's all come off a little bit. So we definitely got some water issues going on. All right, this is the kitchen. So here, this is probably the worst spot right here. So like I said, the roof's gonna have to be replaced. So as far as the kitchen, let's go ahead and talk about it. There's no appliances except for a dishwasher. I doubt that works or you'd even want to keep it. But this has the old cabinets, old countertops. They're all beat up, cracked. You can see some cracks right here. So I would just about consider this a total gut job. Maybe you could save the top cabinets, but I don't even know why you'd want to. Here's another spot just where I guess moisture is causing the paint to peel off. The ideal thing to do would be to open this up somehow to more the rest of the living room. That would really change things because it's not a big kitchen and it's closed off from the rest of the house. So you have this nice little bonus Florida room, which is kind of cool. Doesn't seem to be in bad shape at all. It's got newer windows. It's got high ceilings. It's got a TV that the trash out crew forgot, obviously. Now this tile is dirty. It doesn't look all that bad. But unfortunately, you do have some signs of some termite damage. A couple areas you can see right here. That's toast. And if you wanted to have your own water faucet inside the house, there you go. Can't say I see that very often, but. So here's your top deck. You can see just how moldy it is like the other one. Oh, fungus. I mean, it's gonna have to probably be redone. You can see just how dirty this house is and needs pressure washing bad. Okay, another area right here is this French door is gonna have to be replaced because all this is rot. I'm gonna try to show you the roof, but the sun is shining right over it, so it might not work too well, but you can see tarps on this side of the roof. So, but we've already established the roof is going to have to be replaced. I'd expect some decking to be bad too, but who knows. Okay, let's check out the bedrooms, and that's really the last part of the house. So like I said, you got 3 bedrooms, 2 baths here upstairs. And you've got the little efficiency that doesn't count anywhere on public records downstairs. And I think some of the previous MLS listings were listing that square footage down there as part of the house, but unfortunately that just doesn't work. I've actually already talked to an appraiser and he said the same thing, that's never gonna fly. So here's your guest bath. You got green, yellow tile. I mean, this is probably a gut job redo. You wanna make it modern. This is about as antique as it gets. Old school, dated stuff. But you can see whoever decided to take out the plumbing hardware, so you've got no handles or shower head. It's always nice. Okay, so there's your guest bath. You can see it's a gut job. Here's bedroom number 1. Sorry, I got autofocus on. Okay, so you do have another little water spot right here. So typically the year this house was built, I think it's 1951 or 53. Aluminum wiring wasn't an issue, but I've noticed in this room, I think this is the only room, there's some 2-pronged non-grounded outlets. Now I haven't checked to make sure if there's aluminum wiring or not. I don't think so, but anytime I see 2-prong outlets, it throws up a red flag. Okay, let's check out the middle bedroom. Pretty good sized room. Has newer windows. Hardwood floors actually look really good shape. I mean, there's not much you'd have to do in here except really paint and, update the closet. Closets are boring, make them modern looking. Replace your ceiling fan. You do have a little crack here in the ceiling, but that's nothing major. So this bedroom is, not much to go on in it. And this would be your master since it does have the bathroom. Now this one does have one window that's newer. You can see they did a crappy job on that. But you have 2 of the original, these are original windows. So those got to be replaced. Here's your master bathroom. It does have a tub. And another one of the old windows. Okay, so there's more money to be spent on the master. Both bathrooms need to be gutted and redone. This house is upper 4s once it's finished. This area is so good. Now, if you're asking or wondering, it does have circuit breakers. That does not mean it does not have aluminum wiring, but that's a good sign. I already checked. There's no aluminum wiring on that switch. Okay, so that's the inside. I think that about covers it. Like I said, you got water stains, but that's because of the roof. This is probably the worst looking of the hardwoods right here, just because there's some scrapes from where they move furniture and stuff, but these hardwood floors look to be in really pretty good condition. This old mess right here, I don't know. Like I said, if this could be opened up to the kitchen, this house would just be taken to the next level. Okay, well, this video is long enough, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I have no idea when or what it'll be listed for, when it will be listed, but it shouldn't be too much longer. I wouldn't imagine. There's really nothing else they need to do to it because they are not going to spend money fixing this up. There's just way too much money to have to put into it for a corporate seller or bank seller to spend this kind of money to rehab. You just don't see them do this anymore. But like I said, cute house, has a ton of potential in one of the best locations in Pensacola. So can't wait to see what they list this one for. All right, I appreciate it. Thanks again. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. I'd really appreciate it. Lots of videos on foreclosures and stuff. And a lot of information out there that needs to be shared in the correct way. And I'm all about teaching people and sharing knowledge, because foreclosures are one thing that people pretty much screw up, especially when it comes to investors and stuff doing YouTube videos on how to do this and how to do that, which 90% of the time it's total BS, wrong information. But look, just a great little neighborhood. Okay, appreciate it, guys. Thanks.